All right, we're back for our daily NBA predictions here on the channel. Today is Tuesday, April 8th, and we have got 10 games, I think, in the National Basketball Association. We got a lot of games today. In the NBA, the big ones, I guess the Celtics and Knicks, and the Lakers and Thunder as well. Now, the thing is, some of these games, and again, we are in the final week of the NBA regular season, some of these games, unfortunately, just don't really matter. Now, there are games today that do matter, but like Celtics-Knicks, for as good as a game as it is, I think I'm putting it on the thumbnail today. I make the thumbnails after I make the video. It doesn't really affect playoff seeding at all. Like Boston's the 2, like Boston can't leave the 2, and the Knicks are going to be the 3 seed. Now, don't get me wrong. There is opportunity to make money. So that's why we're here. But again, just in terms of, watching basketball and for his positioning, there's not much that can happen today. Hawks Magic's actually a big game. We'll get to that later. We love the Atlanta Hawks here. Folks, if you haven't yet, though, make sure that subscribe button down below for more daily NBA predictions here on the channel. The playoffs are coming up, so make sure to join us for that. And also our daily MLB best bets every day, 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern time, every single day, our MLB best bets. And also, again, that's no college basketball now, so yeah, make sure to join us for MLB. Anyways, our UFC 314 predictions are on. Greedo plays MMA. Alexander Volkanovski, Diego Lopez in the main event. Co-main event, Michael Chandler versus Patty the Batty Pimblett. And then also, we have on Greedo plays MMA our PFL World Tournament 2 predictions. Leandro Higo, Josh Rettenhouse in the main event this weekend for the Professional Fighters League on Friday from Orlando. Okay, on the first of our predictions today, we go to Charlotte, North Carolina, the Hornets versus Grizzlies. Give me Charlotte plus 13.5 on their home court. Memphis can't blow anybody out right now. And I understand they have had a gauntlet of a schedule that they have just had to play, right? Dating back to Thursday, March 27th, they played the Thunder and lost. They lost the Lakers, Celtics, Warriors, and then back-to-back victories on the road in hard-fought games against the Miami Heat and the Detroit Pistons. The Grizzlies right now are in the 8th spot. They were at the 3-2 a couple months ago. They have now fallen to 8. And obviously, you look at how I think the Lakers are kind of locked in at 3. It would take a monumental collapse for them to not be the 3rd seed. So 1, 2, 3 is probably Thunder, Rockets, Lakers. And then 9 and 10 will probably be Sacramento and Dallas. From 4 to 8, it could be anybody because they all have the same record. The Nuggets have one more win than all these teams, but they are identical records, all these squads, and anything can now change the standings, which is crazy. The Lakers have tiebreakers over everyone, so again, they're probably set in stone at 3, if we're being honest. And we're going to get to them. There's a reason nobody's playing tonight for the Lakers. There's, again, a big reason for that tomorrow. Anyways, in this game, give me the Hornets to cover. I know the Hornets aren't very good, and they are very injured with LaMelo Ball being out for the season, with the uncertainty always around Mark Williams, but looks like Williams and Bridges are going to play tonight. No Josh Green, but that's okay. The Hornets are at home, and they need to cover 13.5 points. I'll take that. Again, I don't trust Memphis to blow anybody out. They've just been finding ways to pick up victories, which is all they can do at this point. Now they get the Timberwolves coming up either tomorrow or Thursday. That's a tough game. Memphis' schedule is Minnesota, Denver, Dallas to end the year. My goodness. This might be their last win in the regular season. They're staring down the barrel of a play-in right now. But again, with all this scrambling going on in the Western Conference playoffs right now, anything can really happen. In this spot, though, I'm going to take Memphis to win, obviously. But I think Charlotte being on their home court and the Grizzlies' lack of blowouts recently, I think the Hornets can cover the spread. We're going to go plus 13.5 here with the Charlotte Hornets. We go to our second game of the night, and we go to Cleveland, Ohio for the Cavaliers and the Chicago Bulls. We're taking Chicago plus 11.5. Again, the Bulls are solid. They've won 3 in a row now. Again, against not good teams, the Raptors, Blazers, and Hornets, but I'll give them the Portland victory. Chicago now gets Cleveland. This is a meaningless game for the Cavaliers. And we saw in their last game against the Sacramento Kings, this type of stuff can happen to them now that they have locked up number 1, or they haven't officially, but they would need to lose out and Boston would need to win out. It's probably not going to happen. So games can get away from the Cavaliers at this point. They really can. Again, we saw the Sacramento Kings beat them. And I understand the Bulls are very injured tonight. Kobe White's being rested as they're preparing for the play-in. That probably means Josh Giddey, who's questionable, has to play because how are they going to create any offense without Giddey? So assume Giddey's playing. Vucevic questionable. Lonzo's still out. Kevin Huerter out. Trey Jones hurt as well. Yeah, it's a very injured Bulls squad tonight, but you look at the Cavaliers with the number 1 seed locked up. Right now, Donovan Mitchell is the only player out, but expect other guys to potentially get marked out. This is what's going to happen for the final week of the NBA regular season. A lot of uncertainty with injuries, and we just got to find our spots here. I don't mind Chicago plus 11.5. I understand they're on the road, but I just saw the Sacramento Kings beat the Cleveland Cavaliers on Cleveland's home court. That's not good. Ty Jerome led them in scoring. So I understand what's going on with the Cavaliers. They're not really taking things all that seriously right now. And so that's why I'm going to take the Chicago Bulls to cover the 11.5 points in this game. I firmly believe they can do this. We're taking Chicago on the line. Josh Giddey doing his damn thing, plus 12.5. Next up, we go to Indianapolis, Indiana is what I was looking for, as the Indiana Pacers take on the Washington Wizards. The Pacers are minus 18.5 favorites. Minus 18.5 point favorites. They're the biggest favorite of the night. I get why Indiana's playing great basketball. We just saw them go to Denver and beat the Nuggets. Again, in the same night, guys, I had Lakers money line in OKC plus 2 something, plus 190, 200-ish for the Pacers to beat the Nuggets, and then plus like 190 for the Rockets to go to San Francisco and beat the Warriors. We've been on fire recently with the NBA. Big underdogs keep hitting for us. And, the normal suspects, the Lakers and the Pacers, and shout out to the Hawks, cashing for us most of the time this season. Indiana's hot. 4 straight wins. Wins over the Kings, Hornets, Jazz, and Nuggets. Again, the win over Denver shows, okay, Indiana's elite. We know that. Tyrese Halliburton at one point in that game had 0 points and 11 assists. That's what he does. He is I'm not joking, and I've been saying this entire season, he's our generation's Chris Paul. He is. He's the new point god, and I'm serious about that. Tyrese Halliburton is going to be a Hall of Famer because of what he does to facilitate games and his playmaking ability. He's that good. The game prior to that 4-game winning streak was a loss in OKC against the Thunder. That's going to happen, guys. What happened the game prior to that? Oh, they beat the Wizards in DC 162-109. Yeah, they're going to blow out the Wizards tonight. I think Siakam's back. He's questionable. So Siakam did not play in Denver. He's questionable for this game against the Wizards with an elbow injury for the Wiz. They've got a bunch of guys hurt. Poole is playing. We'll see. Sometimes he does get ruled out right before the game. No Middleton, no Brogdon, no Rashawn Holmes, no Sadiq Bey. Vucevic, questionable. Gill, questionable. Yeah, guys, the Wizards are just, they want the season to be over. They just don't want to get any of their pieces hurt, which really, oh no, they're going to trade these guys. So they need them to stay healthy. Yeah, the Wizards have got nothing going for them. I like Bub Carrington. I like Jordan Poole. And Alex Sarr has actually been decent this year. The Pacers are just too much. Indiana, their scoring ability, man, they put it on you. Don't be surprised if the Indiana Pacers go to the NBA Finals. I'm not joking about that. Halliburton's healthy now. They were a series away from going to the finals last season. Arguably, you could make the case, if Indiana got in against the Mavs last year, do they win that series? I think they do. I love Luka, but the way Luka was playing and Kyrie, Kyrie was playing like crap too. I think if Indiana somehow beat the Celtics, they would have been the champs. So don't count out the Pacers. I've been saying it all year long. People were laughing at me when they were 6 games under 500 at the beginning of the season. Look at them now. Indiana's legit. They're going to the Eastern Conference Finals at the bare minimum. Yes, that means they are going to beat the Cavaliers. We'll get to that later. Give me Pacers, though, minus 18.5. Next up, Hawks Magic. We're all over Atlanta. This is likely a preview of the play-in. The 7-8 game, it's just a matter of where that game will be held. Will it be in Orlando? Will it be in Atlanta? I think it's going to be in Atlanta, and this is the first step towards that, right? The Hawks are a game back of the Magic right now. If Atlanta wins this game, they will probably get that game at home in the play, and even though these two teams still have another matchup later in the regular season on Sunday, they close out the regular season in Atlanta. I said it the other day. I still believe it. I think there's a very good chance the 7-8 matchup is still Hawks-Bulls. Yes, the Bulls are going to lose today, but they can win out after that. And then if they win out the rest of the year, okay. If the Bulls lose today, they can still win out their final 3 and get in the play-in because the Magic's final 3 are Boston, Indiana, Atlanta. I don't think the Magic are winning for the rest of the season. This is their best pathway to win a game because it's the Hawks at home, but I think they're going to lose tonight as well. So I think the Magic are eventually going to get sent down to the 9-10 game, but obviously if they can beat the Hawks today, that changes everything. I still think, regardless of what happens, the Hawks will be hosting the first play-in. Just because you look at the Magic's schedule, you look at Atlanta, even if they lose this game to the Magic, they still play Brooklyn, Philadelphia, and Orlando at home to close the season. Regardless, I like the Hawks to go to Orlando and win. I understand the Magic play great defense. I personally think the matchup is very good for Atlanta. I know they're going to score against everybody because they just take so many threes. It doesn't matter how good a defense you play. Yes, they're great. Orlando's got great perimeter defenders. The Hawks always find ways to score, though, regardless of the opponent. And sure, it will be, they're not going to be able to score the same clip that they usually do against Orlando. But they split the season series so far. The first game played in Orlando, the Hawks won it. The second game played in Atlanta, the Magic won that game. So I think Atlanta wins again in Orlando. Guys, Trae Young, again, the things he's doing this season is insane. Young is balling out. He's the only reason Atlanta is where they're at, and the same can be said about Paolo Banchero. The only reason the Magic are where they're at is because of Banchero's performances this season. Guys, Banchero's coming off a 33-18-8 performance in their win over the Washington Wizards in DC 5 days ago. They haven't played in a while. But I'm still taking Atlanta here, plus 145. I don't mind the points as well. I mean, we get them for a reason, so plus 3.5. Not the worst, personally. I'm going to take Atlanta, though, on both the spread and the money line. I trust that much in Trae Young to get the job done. Wreak havoc, and shout out to the Great Barrier Thief, Dyson Daniels, who better win Most Improved Player of the Year this year. It's an absolute travesty if he doesn't. Give me the Hawks. Next up, we go to a tankathon game. Let's play Capture the Flag. The New Orleans Pelicans versus the Brooklyn Nets. I'm actually going to take the underdog here. Now, I wouldn't bet this game, guys. Just don't, because the Pelicans are 21-57 and the Nets are 25-53. But if you are actually going to sit down and watch this basketball game and you want to make a bet, I would take the Pelicans. This is a random game. It's a complete toss-up. But the Pels have been playing better basketball, and you get better value betting the Pelicans. They're plus 110. So personally, if I had to bet this game, which I'm not going to, I'm just going to make it very clear, probably won't, I might not even watch the highlights of this game. No, I probably will. Because what else am I going to do? But anyways, I would bet the Pelicans, okay? Value. It's in Brooklyn, I understand. It doesn't really matter. Both these teams suck. There's going to be nobody there. And the Pels might be able to shock them. And New Orleans, again, back-to-back games. They played Milwaukee really close. They were very competitive through 3 quarters with the Lakers until Los Angeles had like a 45-point fourth quarter. The thing is, the Pels are very injured. Jose Alvarado came in, dropped his career high against the Lakers, and then decided, you know what, I'm done for the season. He's probably not playing tonight. Olynyk, questionable. Brandon Boston out. Jordan Hawkins out. We know McCollum, Murphy, and Williamson, and Herbert Jones, and DeJounte Murray are all out for the season, so their starting 5 basically is out. Oh no, Yves Missy's still playing great. If we look at the Nets injuries, I mean, D'Lo out, Keon Johnson out, Deron Sharp out, Cam Johnson out. We know Cam Thomas out for the season as well. This is a joke. Both these teams are not good. They're both starting G League guys. I'm not joking. So if this is the case, which it is, you might as well take the value. I don't care the game's in Brooklyn. That makes no difference. Okay, in a game like this, it's a complete toss-up. Take the value and run. So I'm going to take New Orleans plus 110. I don't recommend betting on this basketball game, but if you do, yes, take the Pelicans. Next up, we go to Madison Square Garden for the Boston Celtics and the New York Knicks. I question how much the Celtics are going to try to win this game. So I'm recording this video, full transparency, at 2 o'clock in the morning. You're seeing this right at 10 o'clock, 8 hours later. I don't know who's playing for the Celtics. Their entire starting 5 is on the injury report. I have a feeling this is going to go the way of none of them play. This game means nothing to them. It's on TNT, so they might get the call from Adam Silver, hey, you got to play your guys. Joe Mazzulla doesn't care. He'll take the fine. This means nothing for the Celtics. It just doesn't. They are 58-20. Yeah, they could theoretically sweep the table, run the table, and they need the Cavs to lose out to get the number 1 seed. It's just not going to happen. Let's just be honest. The Cavs are not losing 5 games in a row to close the season. And that would also take Boston to play their guys every single night. Actually, they play Orlando, Charlotte, and Charlotte to close the year. It's just, they know it's not going to happen. I think the Celtics are content with 7. I don't think they really care. Maybe because they don't think the Cavs are going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals, which I don't know. Yeah, they're 62-16. Can they beat Indiana? I don't think so. Anyways, so the game doesn't mean anything for the Celtics. It just doesn't. It doesn't mean a damn thing to them. It does mean something to the Knicks because Jalen Brunson's probably going to play, right? Brunson, he's probable. So Brunson, again, is back. He returned in the Suns game, only scored 15 points. But this final week of the regular season is about getting Jalen Brunson back on track because it looks like the Knicks are going to get the Pistons in the playoffs, which is ridiculous. The Pistons are running scared now of the Pacers after trying to start their beef and their Malice in the Palace Part 2. Whatever, the Pacers will just go sweep the Bucks instead. And the Knicks will beat the Pistons in 6 games, max. So, whatever. Like, Great, Detroit. You started this whole shit for a reason, and you're not even going to get a playoff series out of it. So, great. What, is Isaiah Stewart going to try to fight Cat? Come on now. So I'm fine with the Knicks here because they're actually going to try to win this game. Tom Thibodeau on a nationally televised spot in the regular season against a team that might have even played their guys. Guys, the Celtics get Porzingis questionable due to a non-COVID illness. Didn't know we're still talking about that. Drew Holiday's going to play. Tatum questionable, Al Horford out, Derek White probable, Jaylen Brown questionable. there's a very good chance this is just Derek White and Drew Holiday playing tonight for the Celtics, with Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser, and Luke Cornett in the starting lineup as well. I don't like that. I just don't. I think the Celtics are just going to, call out this game basically and just give it to the Knicks. They're going to be 2-3 regardless in the conference, so I think New York gets it at home. So give me the Celtics to lose because I think the Knicks are going to have the upper hand pretty easily in this one. Next up, we go to Milwaukee, Wisconsin as the Bucks host the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm taking the Timberwolves minus 4.5. Minnesota right in the midst of this Western Conference chaos. I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be the Denver Nuggets who just miss the playoffs in general. Right now, the way Denver is playing right now, they're the worst team in the top 8 other than maybe the Grizzlies. I think there's a very good chance Denver loses out. I understand the Kings are weird, but Sacramento's going to score. So I think the Nuggets lose out on the road. They might be able to beat Memphis on their own home court, but I wouldn't trust it. I think the Nuggets are losing out. I think they're going 47-35. So hear me out. I think the playoffs in the Western Conference, and we're going to get to the Warriors in a second, but I think the Western Conference playoffs are going to be in order right now. Thunder, Rockets, Lakers, Warriors, Timberwolves, Clippers 6, Grizzlies, Nuggets, Kings, Mavs. I legitimately think the Nuggets might drop to 8. Their schedule is tough, and I think the Grizz are going to beat them in Denver, which is crazy because that means we could get Nuggets, Thunder in the first round. Don't get me wrong, in a one-game playoff, I do think the Nuggets beat Memphis. When it matters most, they will win that game, and then Denver would play Houston, which means the Lakers could get the Nuggets in the second round, which is fine because I think the Nuggets suck. Okay, that's great. So yes, I do think Denver drops to 8, which means Lakers, Clippers first round. Sign me up. Yeah, good luck, Kawhi. Sign me up. Regardless, this game, I think the Timberwolves will get that Warriors matchup in the first round, which would be very interesting. And hey, it's one I'm glad the Lakers could potentially skip. Ant is playing out of his mind. What happens in the playoffs for this team? I don't know, because are we ready for playoff Julius Randle in Minnesota? No, but they're going to win this game against the Bucks. I've been very adamant on the fact the Bucks aren't good. Dame's still out. They're hoping he can return. Maybe they'll get him back for the playoffs, but you want to instantly, you're going to have to instantly insert him into a playoff series against the Indiana Pacers, who are the fastest running team in basketball. Good luck. We saw what happened last year against a banged up Bucks team. The same thing will happen this year. Indiana will beat them, and they'll do it quicker this time, and they have home court advantage this time around. Yikes. Milwaukee's won 4 in a row, but they beat the Suns, Sixers, good win in Miami. I'll give them that, and then a close one over the Pels. They're not going to stand a chance tonight. The Timberwolves run right over them. It can be Minnesota here on the road to cover 3.5 points and beat the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks are just kind of screwed. I'm just going to be honest. Next up, we go to Oklahoma City, Lakers Thunder. It's okay. The Lakers don't need to win this one. They just need to sweep. They just need to split, excuse me. I've been saying it for a while. I thought the Lakers were going to go into OKC. They get 2 games in a row to close the year, towards the end of the season. I've been saying for the longest time they will split with the Thunder. They did exactly that. They did all I asked for. They won 1 game. Okay, they don't need to win this game. They don't. The Lakers need to split their final 4 games to get the 3 seed. That's all they need to do. OKC, Dallas, Houston, Portland. I think they're going to win 3 of these games personally, but if they can beat Dallas and Houston, then everyone can rest in Portland Sunday night. So Sunday afternoon. So there's motivation to win these 2 games right away against Dallas and Houston, which I think they're going to do, and then the Portland game literally does not mean anything to them. Tonight, they're going to lose to the Thunder. They're going to. That's fine, because they scheduled them against the Mavericks tomorrow night, second night of a back-to-back. Luka's returned to Dallas, and the Mavs haven't played in 5 days, which is ridiculous, but it's okay. The Lakers will win that game tomorrow night, and that is going to be the talk of the NBA tomorrow. I cannot wait for Luka's return to Dallas. It's going to be crazy. So that means no Luka tonight. That's fine. Let's let him rest up as much as possible. Luka's questionable, LeBron questionable, Reeves questionable. I expect AR to play because they need somebody to try to score, and whatever Reeves' over on points is, take it. I don't care. 28 and a half, I'd take it. Reeves is going to score as many points as possible tonight because he's going to be the only one playing. You can already see it happening right now because Hachimura's already been ruled out. That means, okay, they're going to really try to win the Dallas game. DFS questionable, Vincent questionable, Bronny's questionable with an illness. Bronny will play. He played through the illness the other day. But LeBron and Luka are both questionable. I don't think either of them are playing. And it doesn't make sense to. You only need to win 2 games the rest of the way, and Dallas, Houston does it. And if you have to, okay, then you got to go win the game in Portland. Okay, they'll do that. I just, this game doesn't mean anything because they were able to win the first game. They just needed to split, and they did exactly that. What a game the Lakers put together on Sunday. And it's great. We can take this day off. We don't care. I do think the Lakers cover the 14.5 points, though. Because I think the Thunder are going to see this, and they're going to start resting some guys as well. Nobody's on the injury report as of note right now for the Thunder. Yes, Jalen Williams is injured still. I have a sneaking suspicion somebody's going to end up not playing tonight when the Thunder see that no Luka, no LeBron. Shea will play because they need Shea to get his points to improve the MVP resume. But I can see maybe like a Lou Dort not playing, a Hartenstein not playing, a Chet, maybe hell even J-Dub. Actually, probably J-Dub probably won't play. I can see that easily. So I think with that being said, I do think the Lakers plus 14.5 makes a lot of sense. Because the way I see this tonight, it's going to be Reeves versus Shea. Because Reeves can go back-to-backs, or at least it's appropriate for him to. I mean, there's no reason to push 40-year-old LeBron James with a week away from the playoffs to play back-to-backs. Don't need it. There's a chance Reeves doesn't even play either. But I think JJ will play him, at least to see, engage what the first half is going to be, and then if needed, just sit in the second half to prepare for tomorrow. But I'd expect Reeves to go crazy. I'd expect Shea to go crazy. That's the matchup tonight here in OKC. And I think the Lakers do cover the 14.5 points. I wouldn't bet it, though. Again, I've said it. This is a day off for the Lakers. I don't have to get worked up about a Lakers game tonight, which is great. So we just completely stay away from this one. But sure, Thunder win, Lakers spread. Okay, let's go on now to our next game. We've got two more tonight. And next up, we go to Phoenix, Arizona for the Phoenix Suns and the Golden State Warriors. I'm taking the Warriors to win and cover. I think I was wrong the other day saying the Suns have officially been eliminated. No, everything can go their way and they could still get in. The Kings have just clinched. So that means the Mavs would need to lose out and the Suns would need to win out and then Phoenix would get in. It's kind of possible Dallas gets Lakers, Raptors, Grizz, but I don't expect them to lose at home to the Raptors. So yeah, I think the Suns are screwed. But anyways, they would need to beat the Warriors tonight. It's not happening. Durant's still out. That means season over. If D-Book can somehow put something together, I'd be very impressed. But then tomorrow night, they get the Thunder, which actually Thunder's second night of a back-to-back. No, they're not even going to beat the bench unit of the Thunder, though. D-Book's trying, man. Last 3 games for Booker, all losses, but 39, 37, and 40 for D-Book. It's rough, but with no KD, they can't win. They need both KD and Booker on the court at all times to win, and even then, it's a struggle. Because that's just how the Phoenix Suns are built this season. If the Rockets match up with the Warriors in the second round of the playoffs, if that happens, the Warriors will lose. I know historically the Warriors have owned the Rockets, but Amen Thompson owns Stephen Curry. Good luck, pal. That's what happens also if the Warriors run into the Lakers. Good luck with Vando or DFS the entire series. Yeah, the Warriors are good. I think they'll probably, in our mock playoff right now, do they beat the Timberwolves in the first round? Honestly, yeah, I think they would. In the mock playoffs I have, I think they beat Minnesota in a 7-game series before losing to OKC. I mean, good luck with Shea on you, pal. I mean, like, it's just, or good luck with Lou Dort guarding you 24/7. Just, yikes. But if the Warriors get the Rockets, my goodness, they're screwed. I don't think they're going to fall to 7, but if they do, they'll beat Phoenix, though. I mean, the Suns don't play defense. Who's going to guard Curry? I mean, seriously, D-Book's going to do it himself? Probably, because they're starting Bradley Beal again. Phoenix is a joke, man. I don't care the game's in Phoenix. I hope Charles Barkley has some nasty things to say at halftime. I hope he says even nastier things than the women of San Antonio. I'm joking. That's a Charles Barkley joke. I did see some TikToks about women in San Antonio, though. My goodness, that was... I didn't know he was... Chuck was serious about that, man. He was serious. Anyways... Warriors minus 7.5. They're going to win this. Final game of the night. Clippers Spurs. Just like, why do the Clippers always end the night on such just a boring ass game? Yeah, the Clippers beat the Spurs. Big shocker. So good for the Clippers though. And this is the matchup I want. I hope they end up in 6, and I think they can, right? They get Houston, Sacramento, Golden State to close the season. Again, there are so many factors. This is the series I want for the Lakers. I want the Los Angeles series with them now being in different arenas. Don't get me wrong, the Lakers would have home court in every single game. But this is what I want for the playoffs. If it's not Memphis, I want the Clippers. Right? Honestly, I don't know if I'd rather have the Clippers than the Nuggets. I'd probably rather have the Clippers. I don't know. Denver sucks. I don't really care who the Lakers get in the first round. I think the Lakers are going to the finals. I know I just turned this Clippers prediction into the Lakers, but that's what the Clippers' entire franchise has been about. So we're going to do it again. The entire premise of the Los Angeles Clippers is chasing the Los Angeles Lakers. So I hope it finally results in a playoff series. It's not it might. This game, though, I think the Clippers blow out the Spurs, right? The Clips on a 4-game winning streak. Kawhi's questionable against his former team. We'll see if he plays. The Spurs, again, are just... The Spurs without Wemby and De'Aaron Fox, which is Chris Paul, Stephon Castle, who says that he thinks he has the Rookie of the Year locked up at this point, which he does. I think Chris Shea still deserves a look, but no, Stephon Castle's been playing great ball all year long, and we got to give a shout out to Devin Vassell, too, who's been playing really good basketball this season as well. And shout out to Chris Paul again. I mean, Paul has, continued to work with this young core. He does not want to take days off. He plays every single night, and he does his thing. So I'll give a lot of respect to Chris Paul for what he's doing for the squad. Does he come back to San Antonio next season? Potentially. Honestly, right? I mean, why wouldn't he? Probably in a bench role, but if he wants to keep helping out De'Aaron and Wemby, that's probably the right move, and Stephon Castle. So we'll see. I'm taking the Clippers, though, to cover the 12.5. I wouldn't bet on this. Just who cares about this game? It's the second most important team in Los Angeles. Probably actually the third basketball team. Third most important basketball team in Los Angeles now that Donovan Dent's on UCLA. So good for the Clippers. They're going to win and get ready to lose to the Lakers in 5 games in the playoffs. Okay. That'll do it for our NBA predictions here for April 8th. Folks, if you have not yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video, and make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. We'll be back tomorrow for more NBA action with Luka's return to Dallas, Texas tomorrow. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.